You know, she's the only player that scores goals for them, Jen. So I am concerned in this lineup, but it's all about Caprice Didasco down the right-hand side of Mullinson. Jace, I think, needs to occupy more spaces and get into those areas. Only 2 goals this season, but she's really good defending from the front.
We turn our attention now to the final game of Week 21 in the National Women's Soccer League. We close out the weekend from PayPal Park. So let's love the game. Gotham FC in the light blue, visiting Bay FC in the darker uniforms. A lot of changes to this Bay lineup, including in the... Jaden Shaw now from the corner. Right to Lavelle. That had all the makings of a pretty good-looking corner, but Lavelle not on target.
But when they work like that, this is fantastic play. Nobody goes with Rose Lavelle. I can't quite get my head around, and that's to look after Rose Lavelle. And she has that in her locker to be able to get that on frame for sure. And she'll look back on that one and think she could have done better.
NWSL Save of the Week honors the last 2 weeks. Had some good ones as Bodie keeps this play going, and it is a long run from Lansan. Back to Bodie in the corner of the area, has a shot, and an easy save in the end for Berger.
Gotham FC team, we haven't seen them do this very often. Braninia is out of position. You know, Emily Sonnet looks like she has it covered. Jess Carter's got a great open body position, and I'd expect someone of Tess Bodie's quality.
Gotham FC creeping up the table in 8th place, just on top of that playoff line 3 weeks ago. Now they could climb as high as 3rd with a win tonight. It is so crowded from spots really 3 through even 10. Tight table as we head down the stretch. Astaire, not this time. Collective sigh of relief from the crowd, but it's not over yet. Purse working her magic. Midge Purse still on it, and then it bounces to the goalkeeper, Silkowitz. Working again. That team really good before the break. Not so good since. 5 winless for the Wave. Astaire. Lavelle. Corner, yes! Rose Lavelle makes the moment happen, and Gotham takes the lead.
Do you know what, Jen? We can talk about this goal. Rose Lavelle, as soon as it came to her, but this ball from Astaire. See how Astaire would have loved the ball to be played to her if she was in that position. Look at this little touch, but look at the weight of pass to be able to put it into Rose Lavelle's stride so she can hit it first time. Those are the difference between a good player and a great player and a world-class player. That type of ball in her stride, and Rose Lavelle does what she does best and puts it in the back of the net. Fantastic composure. And I'd say kind of against the run of play potentially, but this is what this Gotham FC team can do. They have so many threats going forward. Even when it's not clicking, look what happens. Astaire plays a fantastic ball, and Rose Lavelle finishes it.
Lavelle, the goal scorer for Gotham, 36th minute, assisted by Astaire. Are doing, helping to keep this club moving forward. Bay FC made the playoffs last year in their first year in the NWSL.
A championship last year, they found their way into the playoff. They were on a really good run of form, similarly to how Houston Dash are this year. That's kind of how Bay were last year, you know, creeps into the playoffs and in the right way, and they're peaking. And I think for Albertine Montoya, maybe he feels like he's taken his team as far as he could go.
Talking about what is coming for the future, this is a look at that performance facility we showed you that Bay broke ground on earlier this week. Talk about the future being bright. You'd love to see investment like that. There's Lavelle. Daring Pickett to try to keep up with her. Gets the ball across, and then the shot tapped away by Silkowitz.
Going in, Rose Lavelle does lovely here. Love that little footwork. I think Kiki Pickett has to do better and just run through the ball a little bit more before Chio catches that so well. It's a lovely hand from Silkowitz here. You can take a look. It goes through Mullinson's legs there.
Nice look from Shaw to find Bruninia in space. Portillo to Shaw. Open look for Jaden Shaw. Rebounds right back to her. Real. Astaire, header, and a diving save from Silkowitz.
I like what you did there. Fantastic. But I think that's a really good ball in from Real, but by the time it got to Astaire, there wasn't enough power on the cross to be able to get the pace. We know how good it is. Happy to have it. They're not really high pressing at all, which I was quite surprised at.
Berger, an awkward touch. Melanson trying to get there, puts it across in front of the open goal. Lima. And Gotham dodging one there as a dodgy play from...
Yeah, I think everything about this was quite lapsadaisical. I'm not quite sure. I mean, Bradinia's trying to block Lima in that moment, but it was difficult. Poor from Ann-Katrin Berger. She doesn't need me to tell her that, but all goalkeeper.
Capitalizes. It's about 20 yards out to Kundananji now in the box. Kundananji trying to poke that through a lot of traffic. Bailey making her first start since August 2nd tonight for Bay. Kind of shuffling to the lineup for Albertine Montoya. More so this season than he would have liked, he admitted to us, but such was the situation they found themselves in. 9 winless now for Bay FC since the break and beyond. Trying to snap out of that here at home tonight. Had that wonderful match against Washington at Oracle Park, San Francisco. That was a 3-2 win for Washington. What a game though. The show, and it was a show, set the NWSL attendance record earlier this season. Hill. Good numbers for Gotham defensively. Kundananji! Rudy gets her team even! That's what she can do! And that's exactly what she does for Bay.
A tie by the time she comes into the game, but look at this. This is not something we've seen Kundananji do this year at all. People question her own product. Well, there you go. Look at that finish. Ann-Katrin Berger's got no chance in that moment. It's such a brilliant strike. She's come into the game. She's got spark. She's got flair. And look at the composure there. Doesn't even lean back. Bends it into the corner. What a strike from Kundananji.
Gorgeous for her 4th goal of the season. A game changer in so many ways for this Bay FC team, coming off the bench tonight and making her presence felt on ESPN, ESPN Plus, and ESPN Deportes. This Gotham team chasing Washington as Stengel brings it down in the box. Howell stepping up. Szczepanski. Back to Howell. Freeman wide open on the left. The shot from Portillo. Not a bad one, but in the end, not that dangerous.
Especially with Jaden Shaw a little bit higher to press. They just haven't done that. They've allowed Bay FC to have the ball.
Stengel fending off a number of defenders in this possession. And Szczepanski to take it. The rookie with a right. Stengel heads it back and just over the crossbar. Purse, edge of the area for Gotham. Esther, is there a late game winner to be had in this one? A lot of numbers. Szczepanski now has space and time.
Good defending for Bay FC there. I think they've done a really good job at nullifying whatever's been thrown at them in these areas. The quality hasn't really been there for Gotham FC in the final third. But I do think Bay FC, you know, Albertine Montoya speaks about being, you know, just really close. And I think, you know, at times, I love how he has that endeavour to belief in the belief he has in his team. But I do think it's been a pretty good performance from Bay FC.
This one, she does get booked.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with you.
Half of midfield to deliver the ball. Paulson has it with her left, still on the box. The shot is not on target, but the opportunity for Moreau was there.
Falls to Moreau. It's a decent ball in from Silkovic. They did really well to keep it alive. Look at this here. She'll be looking back on that thinking she should have done better. Yes, granted, the ball was spinning. It doesn't quite come down. That's a chance.
Final chance, as it turns out. The 2 late subs nearly connect for what could have been a magical moment. Instead,